Hello everyone, I'm Jeff Standley with Standley Handcrafted, and today I wanted to do another fragrance oil review, basically a holiday edition. Now this one I wanted to jump in, not like the normal fragrance oil reviews where I just kind of pick 3 different ones, a couple that I like a lot and then kind of one that I'm not really feeling. Today I wanted to do one on 3 that are proven sellers going into the holiday season. So now that we're well into it, November, December are going to be the hottest months for candles. So I wanted to bring out 3 of my favorite holiday type scents that you should definitely have in your oil collection if you don't have these already. Now all 3 of these are going to be from Candle Science, and all 3 of these are ones that I have been using for the past several seasons. They're extremely nice scents, very good sellers, and ones that you should definitely take a look at. And the ones that I'm going to be talking about today are Blue Spruce, Apple Maples Bourbon, and Banana Nut Bread. And I'm just going to go through and do like I normally do with the fragrance oil reviews and basically talk about it, basically give their tagline from the website, go into some of the top, middle, and base notes that are in these things, and then talk about what I think of them, basically how many you would sell, kind of like I normally do at the end, the review, I guess if you want to call it, or the rating system that I have at the end of it, which is basically how many I think you would sell if you took these to a market or if you had them on your website. So the first one going into this one is the Blue Spruce, and it basically just goes through, it says, ever hike out and cut down your own Christmas tree? With our Blue Spruce, you'll feel like you did just that. More complex than a typical Fraser or Douglas fir, it has a punchy brightness that is really pleasing. Capture the spirit of the holidays with a strong, true, and enchanting scent. We love this fragrance, we think you will too. And then it says, this fragrance is infused with natural essential oils, including cedarwood and pine. And the note profile in this one, the top note is going to be cinnamon, the middle notes are cypress and moss, and the base is going to be spruce, pine, and cedar. Now this one is definitely one of my favorites. I've got white birch in my collection, and I've also got Fraser fir, which is another really nice one. The Blue Spruce is probably my favorite out of those 3. And this one comes off really nice. Like it says in the description, if you've ever cut your own Christmas tree, this one does really well in December, especially with a lot of people going towards fake trees now, which I'm a huge fan of. I've got a fake tree. You light one of these, it smells like you've got a real tree in the house. This scent comes off extremely realistic. It's not, you don't get the fake kind of oil scent that a lot of people will get. With the base notes in this one, you definitely get the spruce, the pine, and the cedar. And then the middle with the cypress and the moss. The cinnamon, I don't get too much of the cinnamon. And honestly, going through, I've made this one for a couple years now, and unless I read the top note in this one, I don't know that I would pick up cinnamon in this. But having read that and now smelling the bottle, you do get a little bit of a spice in there, which is kind of nice. But overall, the Blue Spruce is an incredible scent to get. Definitely, like I said, one of my favorites to get in like the tree type scent. So if you're going towards a tree type scent for people during Christmas, this is definitely the one to get. And pretty much there's really nothing more to say on this one. If you go to a tree farm and you go over to the Blue Spruce and you smell that Blue Spruce, it smells exactly like this. There's no departure from it. It's not like a diluted form of it. Definitely a very good one. And this one does extremely well. If I was going to put it on the rating system that I do, which is taking it to a market or having it on your website, if you were to take 12 of these to a market, you're easily going to sell 9 to 10 out of 12 of these. It does extremely well. And the only reason I wouldn't say this one will sell all 11 or 12 is just because it is a real strong tree scent, and there are definitely people out there who really don't go for like the real strong tree scent. But as far as Christmas time, and of course that doesn't mean you can't like lower this oil amount down and do kind of a lighter scented candle, which a lot of people do like. So if you had this as a background and then had another candle going over the top of it, you would definitely get like the tree scent from this. But a very good seller. Like I said, it would easily sell 9 or 10 out of 12 if you take them to a market, and just a clear, easy pick going into the holiday season. Now the next one coming up is going to be the Apple Maple Bourbon. This one is easily one of my #1 sellers for the last couple years. Extremely good scent. Everybody loves it. And I'll go through and read the profile for it. So from Candle Science it says, for an intriguing upscale take on a traditional apple spice fragrance, try Apple Maple Bourbon. This mouthwatering boozy scent starts with top notes of apple cinnamon and a hint of orange. Bourbon and butter are at heart of this fragrance. And while rich sweet maple and vanilla finish off this irresistible baked apple dessert. It works in reed diffusers, wax melts, and candles made with Apple Maple Bourbon are perfect for kitchens, any space that would benefit from a delicious bake scent. Of course, this oil is also infused with natural essential oils, including cinnamon leaf, tangerine, mandarin, and orange. And the note profile in this one, the top note is apple, cinnamon, and orange. The middle is bourbon, butter, and coconut. And the base is maple and vanilla. Now, like I said, this one is another huge seller for me. And then right out of the bottle, you definitely get the maple and the vanilla really step out with this one, and the bourbon really steps out. But the good thing about the bourbon in this one, if you've tried any of like the whiskey or the bourbon scents out there, you know that they can be extremely strong. This one, I honestly think, is probably one of the best mixes of bourbon in a candle. It's not overpowering. You do sense that it's in there, but it's not overpowering, like I said. I have tried the whiskey scent by itself, and it is overpowering in the bottle. It's overpowering in a candle. You really have to dilute that one down to even get like a hint of it to where you can kind of stomach it. But this one is absolutely perfect. Like I said, the maple, the vanilla really come out. I don't get too much of the coconut in this one. You do get a little bit more of it when you burn it. It definitely transfers a little bit better from the bottle to the candle. Extremely warm and inviting. Like it says in the description, good in like a kitchen. You walk into a house, you definitely think something is baking. But it's not like an overpowering baking scent like you just walked into like cinnamon streusel or like a real strong vanilla. This one has a real good mix of everything. And then of course on the top of it with the apple, the cinnamon, and the orange, you definitely get a little bit of that. But this one really hovers with like the maple, the vanilla, the butter, and the bourbon. Those four for me really step out and kind of stand above all the other scents in this one. But the most important thing is this one is a solid seller. If I was going to put it on the rating system that I have, this one, if you were to take 12 of these to a market, you're going to sell all 12. It does extremely well every time I put them on my website, every time I take them to a market, or even putting them into stores where I do some wholesale. They always sell and they come back and they buy more. It's probably one of my top sellers out of any of the scents that I carry through the fall and winter time. And then moving into the last one is banana nut bread. Now this is another one that I like extremely well. I've said it before in many videos. Cinnamon is probably my number one. I like that scent. I carry it year round. It does extremely well. Banana nut bread along with the apple maple bourbon is probably another one that I keep on hand all fall and winter, and I actually carry it over a little bit into spring. Not too much because I like to keep it during the kind of the peak season, the fall and winter months. But the banana nut bread is another one that is extremely well liked with anybody that smells it. And I'll go through and read the description here. So from the website it says, our nostalgic banana nut bread fragrance captures the mouth-watering bakery aromas of a homemade classic. Top notes of toasted walnut and ripe banana combined with nutmeg and sugar for a blend that's perfectly nutty and sweet. Vanilla and cake-based notes which enrich the sweetness of this toasty scent. Capture the aroma of a fresh baked banana nut bread while still warm in the oven in your handmade candles and wax melts. This gourmand fragrance makes any space feel warm and cozy. And then this one also, this oil is infused with natural essential oils including cinnamon leaf, nutmeg, orange, and lemon. And the note profile on this one is, the top note is banana, walnut, and lemon peel. The middle is nutmeg and sugar. And then the base note is tonka bean, butter, and vanilla. Now see, for this one, it definitely says banana nut bread on it. To me, it comes off a little bit more of a banana cream. It's got a little bit more of a creaminess to it. Extremely nice. You definitely pick up on the banana. The banana, of course, steps out over any of the other fragrances in this one. But on top of that, you do get a little bit of vanilla. You definitely get the walnuts that's in this, so you get like that nut bread kind of scent that they're going after. The lemon peel for me, I don't get too much of the lemon peel. I think it probably blends in. You do get it when it's in there, but I think it kind of adds to the other scents to where it doesn't stand out. Because I definitely don't get like a strong lemon out of any of this. And then of course the nutmeg and the sugar kind of add to it also. I don't really get too much of the nutmeg coming out of it, but if I was gonna go with any of these, just smelling this right out of here, the tonka bean is a good base. The butter, vanilla, the banana, and the walnut definitely stand out. This is a huge seller for me. Every time I put it on the website, just like the apple maple bourbon, take it to a market, it sells like crazy. And like I said, anytime somebody walks into the house when I'm test burning this one, because this is another one along with the cinnamon that I use for kind of a test scent just because it smells so good, it's nice and strong. It's a pleasant scent. So like I said, as soon as somebody walks into the house, they immediately ask what that smell is. And again, this is another one that, again, if I was going to put it on the rating system that I have, if you take 12 of these to a market, you're going to sell 11 or 12 of these easy. It's a big seller. It does extremely well. As soon as fall and winter start hitting in like September, all the way through January, this one does extremely well. It's every time I put it on the website or take it to a market, it definitely flies off the shelf. And like I said with the banana nut bread, to me, it comes off a little bit more of a creamy scent. It's sometimes banana nut breads or like nutty scents, they can come off kind of dry to the nose. This one does not come off dry at all. It's not going to make you kind of seize up and you don't walk into a room and feel like you're smelling something dry. You definitely don't get that from the nut in this one. It comes off a lot more banana cream, but you can still tell that it's banana nut bread. So that's pretty much it. I wanted to highlight 3 fragrance oils going into the holiday season. These are all incredibly good sellers, and definitely 3 oils that you should have in your collection and sitting on the shelf waiting to go into candles all winter long. And if you do use these scents, please let me know what you think of them in the comments down below. Let other people know in the comments how well do these sell for you. And if you haven't gotten any of these and you do reach out and you get some after this review, please come back and let me know what you think of them, and definitely let me know how they sell for you. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and leave the links to each of these in the video description down below to Candled Science's website. They have a ton of good fragrance oils through the fall and winter time, so these are definitely not the only 3, but they're definitely 3 of my top. So again, I hope that was informative. I hope you like the oil reviews, and I'll be back very soon with another 3 oils to review. You can follow me on any of the social media platforms that I've listed down below: Facebook, Instagram, my website, the phone number, which is 253-303-7968 if you want to text me any questions. And of course, if you would, please like the video because it helps move the Candle channel up in the Google ranking system. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And of course, subscribe to the videos, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching.